Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Developer Maroof. In today's lesson, we'll learn about testing fundamentals, why testing matters, and how to write a real test in JavaScript using Vitest. So let's start coding. So let's start with the intro of testing. So what is testing? Testing is just writing code that checks if your other code actually works. It catches bugs early, it documents how your function should behave, and it lets you change code later without worrying about breaking things. So today we focus on unit tests that check one function at a time. So let's first set up the npm project. First we set up an npm project so we can install Vitest. So open your terminal inside the folder and type npm init-y and hit enter. So this -y flag just accepts all the defaults. So you notice it creates a package.json file. So every JavaScript project has package.json file. It tracks our project name, version, script, and any library we install will become in dependencies or dev dependencies. So let's add one line here. After this main, we will type module and comma. So we added a type module. With this, we can use modern imports and export syntax. Without this line, Node would treat our files as old style common JS, like require and our library or package name. And with this module, we will be able to import or export our things. Now we have to install Vitest. So inside the terminal again, we type npm install --save -dev and Vitest and hit enter. So this save dev flag means it's a development tool only needed while we code, not when the app runs in production. Okay, it's successfully installed. Now you can see inside our dev dependencies we have Vitest. That's where all the actual library code lives. Okay, so now we can add a script called test. It's already there, and whenever we do run test npm test, we should run our Vitest. So this way we can just type npm test inside our terminal instead of npx Vitest every time. Now let's create our script.js file. Script.js. Now we need some functions to test. Let me create some simple functions. Let's say export function. Let's add something, a b. Inside this we will return a plus b. So this is our first function. Let's just copy it, paste it right here and right here, and we will have isEven here to get the even numbers, and we will say n, and we will return n modulus b equals 0. And our final one will be capitalized, and we will have a string here, and we will return string dot character at 0th index. So we will have the first character of any string, and then we will change it to uppercase. And now we will concatenate it with string dot slice 1. So this add will return sum of two numbers, and this even will return true if number is even, and this capitalized return capitalizing the string first letter into an uppercases. And you notice we have put export keyword in front of each function. That's important. It let our test file import them in a second. Now let's create our script.test.js file, script.test.js. So Vitest automatically finds any file ending with .test.js and runs it. So we should import three things here. Let's import describe from Vitest, and we have it, and we have expect. And then we will import our functions which we have created in script.js, our add, our isEven, and our capitalize from /script.js. Now let me just quickly write a test. Let's say describe. Inside parenthesis we will have add, then comma, our callback function. Inside that we will have it, and then we can add anything here. Adds two positive numbers, and we have a callback function again, expect add function. Inside that we can pass arguments 2 and 3, and then after that expect we have 2b 5, because 3 plus 2 will be 5. So this is the first test. This is the second test. Adds negative numbers and the callback function. Inside that expect, and then add -1 comma -2 dot to b. This will be -3, because when we add these, the result will be -3. And let's add the last one. Just copy it and paste it right here, and we will add zeros. Add 0, and right here we will put 5 and then 0. So the result will be 5. Okay, so this describe groups related tests together. It defines one test case with a description, and expect takes a value and chain a matcher to be checks strict equality. So we have written 3 tests for add function: the positive number, the negative numbers, and the 0. Now let's test these inside our terminal. So we will run the tests npm test and hit enter. Okay, so look at this. Vitest just opened the script.js and passes all the tests. You can see this green check marks. It means we have paused every test right here. This is the real output of this Vitest, and this is the easiest way to test anything. This is called a unit test. Now let's break a test on purpose and see the results. So because the best way to trust your tests is to watch one fail on purpose. So I'm going to change one expectation to something wrong. Now let me make this wrong. To be will be 6. Okay, you see our first tests have failed, and you have noticed that Vitest rerun automatically the moment I've saved that file after changing. And you can see expected 5 and to be 6. That difference is the whole point of testing. Now we know what to expect and what is wrong. Now let's make it 5 again and save. You see, all tests passed. So that's the rhythm of testing. Write a test, watch it fail, fix the code, then watch it pass, as we did right here. Now let's add test for isEven and capitalize, and we will include some edge cases because that's where bug loves to hide. Let's just not waste our time and create some tests. So copy this and paste it right here and right here. Now let me quickly add some test for isEven. Let me do it for you, so the video should not be so long. Okay, so I have written the tests for isEven and capitalize. Let's format it first. Okay, so for even, I am testing 4, 7, 0, and a negative even number. So this negative even number is the edge case I have handled right here. So you should also always test those. And for capitalized, we have test a normal word, a single letter, and an empty string. And we have saved our file. And if you come here, you will see our test have failed, and we can see why. String.character at is not a function. Let me see what is wrong. Maybe we have done something wrong right here. You notice we have done mistake. We have put here chat at, but it is not a function or method inside our string, so it will be character at. Now you see our all tests have paused. You can see add function, this test paused, this one, and for even these ones also paused, and for capitalized all these 3 have paused. So this is how you can do unit test. It's easy, and you should always do these tests before pushing it to production. So for quitting this Vitest, you can just type Q here and it will be stopped inside our terminal. So that's it for today's lesson. We just learned testing fundamentals, why testing matters, how to set up Vitest, writing tests with describe, it and expect, watching test fail and pass live. So in the next lesson, we will learn about debugging techniques in JavaScript. If this helped you, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone learning JavaScript. Jazakallah khair for watching. Allah Hafiz.